So as a lot of you guys saw, I walked out of the Raw review this week, and me and NJ have come to the conclusion that we don't really want to watch Raw or SmackDown anymore. We will be addressing what we're going to be doing instead of this later on down the line, but we felt the need to announce it to you guys. But one thing we definitely will be reviewing from now on is TNA, isn't it?
With TNA being the way it is and getting better since 2011, which I never want to go back to, I'm glad that it's gone the way it is.
Indeed, and on this Thanksgiving episode, where we will be giving thanks throughout the whole review, I will say this, guys. I am very thankful for TNA being the one company right now that is actually keeping me interested in wrestling. I am also very thankful for TN Asylum for featuring our videos too. Go check their website out down in the description box below.
And I'm thankful for YouTube to allow us to do these videos, to upload them on the basis that we do.
Indeed. And let us know what you guys are thankful for down in the comment section below. It could be anything, but it's just going to be something interesting for this Thanksgiving episode.
And we are the British Fist.
Indeed.
Ka-ching!
I'm very thankful for that iconic thing we do there, NJ. Mr. Parkin, NJ here.
What's up?
I'm thankful that you can do the what's up every time we do a video, NJ. Subscribe or above, like this video, and comment your thoughts on this edition of TNA About Wrestling, this Thanksgiving edition where we give thanks down in the comment section below.
And make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
And even though I said a lot of things I'm thankful for, I'm also thankful for wrestling because it's, you know, it's given us something to do and it's something to watch, so.
And the thing I'm going to be thankful for is you, Mr. Parkin!
Oh, yes! Right, let's do this review then. So this was the Thanksgiving Open Fight Night special. I must admit, I wasn't really expecting that great of a show because usually TNA Thanksgiving shows are just like shows where they think, oh, not many people are watching, so let's just put out some stuff.
Yes, and with this being the last of the live show, non-live shows, it's going to go back to normal, which is good. And plus, with TNA not being as strong with their gut checks, because you know the gut check segment's not always the best, and plus the results are not the best. We weren't thinking the best for this show, but here's what we thought.
I'm thankful that TNA have actually managed to go live and give me a glimpse of what it is live, so that is another thing I'm very thankful for. We opened up the show actually with the gut check segment. We opened up with Wes Briscoe calling out Garrett Bischoff.
With Garrett Bischoff, yes, he's not wrestled in some time now, and this was his random match coming in. But the fact that at the moment Angle seems to be a face, Briscoe seems to be a face, Garrett seems to be a face, it made this match not really the right opponent for Wes Briscoe.
Yeah, I did wonder why they put Garrett in there. I imagine they're trying to work some kind of story between those three guys, but I just wondered why are they putting Garrett in there, and why is he really? Would he really be a test for Wes Briscoe? But Wes Briscoe becomes the first gut check guy to beat the professional wrestler, so to speak, and you get Angle going in there and celebrating him, and he's a proud coach, isn't he? He did well.
The thing about this is that yes, I did question the Garrett Bischoff, and yes, he managed to lose a match which was expected. But I think to make more of a challenge, yes, it may have been a bit too heavy, but why not have Wes Briscoe versus Kurt Angle?
And I totally agree with that. Coach versus, you know, coachee, etc. Do you think, like, Wes Briscoe, I think, must get a contract. I think he's part of a bigger story down the line. Is he part of the Aces and Eights? Do you feel Wes Briscoe, with all this storyline going on, is getting all this featured TV time because he is a member of the Aces and Eights?
Either they're really high on him and they want to get him on TV to build up, so probably with Angle, probably a feud with Angle or something, or the Aces and Eights, they could fit him in, but is Wes Briscoe really a name to fit it in for the Aces and Eights?
Another thing I'm very thankful for, especially in TNA, is the fact that they actually did something with the Joey Ryan character and actually built up his character and built up the storyline with him and Al Snow very slowly for Bound for Glory. It's something that you don't see very often. And we got Joey Ryan coming out saying that him and Matt Morgan, you can't separate this team. We're going to go for the Tag Team Championships. And apparently, according to Joey Ryan, size matters. And I'm a giant.
The thing about this, yes, you do expect good promos for Joey Ryan, but this whole Matt Morgan thing, I really don't think Matt Morgan and Joey Ryan are the best pairing, especially when Matt Morgan came in so strong. He had future plans to go against Hogan, and Joey Ryan's the X Division, so I think they've got two different career paths. So I'm not for this.
I must admit, I'm okay with this. I mean, to be honest, there aren't many other tag teams in TNA, and Joey Ryan and Morgan are an alliance, and they are a heel alliance, so it's a good tag team, in my opinion, to put against the Los Stereotypicos and getting both Joey Ryan and also Matt Morgan on TV. You then get Joey Ryan calling out Chavo Guerrero, they have a match which Morgan interferes in and fucks up Chavo Guerrero, but then he runs from the big man Hernandez Supermex.
The thing about this is that when he came out to Chavo, okay, it was expected, but Joey Ryan didn't really need Matt Morgan to come out. He could have faced out Chavo Guerrero and had a good match without Matt Morgan, but it's obviously beyond Matt Morgan's character. Running away from Hernandez, I wanted to see a big guy, big guy little fight, but overall, I guess it's all building up to something towards the next pay-per-view.
Matt Morgan versus Hernandez, book it, TNA. So I thought this was a decent segment using the Open Fight Night concept to actually forward further on this potential Tag Team Championship match. Another thing I'm very thankful for, NJ, and this has nothing to do with wrestling, I'm very thankful that I can eat food every day in my life.
I'm thankful, well, you're talking about food, I'm going to talk about drink. I'm very thankful for the one and only Monster Energy!
Indeed, and on this edition of TNA Impact Wrestling, they gave thanks to the Gut Check guys, because all the Gut Check guys that won the Gut Check actually came back, and they got a lot of focus on this show, didn't they? And now, what was your overall opinion of the Gut Check guys getting a lot of TV time? Did you think it was worth it? Do you think it was, not very exciting? Or
two things. Number one, they're bringing back probably gut check characters that we didn't really care about. We were glad that they either won, they either lost. But to bring them back, yes, I complain about shows like this because it may affect the build to the pay-per-view. But for the gut checks who are probably, hopefully, maybe going to be future stars for TNA in some way, form, to have them involved in the show like this, it could be good and could be bad.
Yeah, I mean, one of my many complaints a lot of the time with WWE and sometimes TNA is they don't really feature new guys all that much. So the fact that they're actually bringing in these gut check guys or from OVW or whatever, actually, even though I thought it was going to be filler, they actually used it to further along some pay-per-view storylines, and it was nice seeing these guys actually come back and seeing how far or how little they have progressed since. The first match we got was Sam Shaw versus Alex Silver. You had Sam Shaw coming out, kind of a bland character in my opinion, but he calls out Alex Silver, and it hurt. The first thing that hit me was that Alex Silver was playing this heel, which I thought, but on the gut check he was a face.
It's a bit difficult. I think these are probably the two characters that not everyone really cared about during their build-up.
Yeah.
So this made the match not really important to us. But the wrestling, yes, is all about improving, showing that they've improved. But to be honest, this is one match I don't really care about.
Yeah, and the point is really is you have Sam Shaw, a character I really do not care about, and you have Alex Silver, another character who I probably don't care about all that much, so I couldn't really care about this match. You had Sam Shaw winning with the top rope leg drop. They cut away from this segment very fast, which kind of says to me that they weren't really bothered about showing too much of this. You had Sam Shaw get the victory, but he couldn't celebrate because they cut off from the segment quite very fast.
Well, like we just said, these two were probably the ones that didn't really care about, were not the best part of the gut check thing. So I think even TNA probably agree. So I don't see these two maybe going that far compared to the other ones.
Indeed, especially this next one, Christian York. Christian York comes out and he challenges the World Heavyweight Champion Jeff Hardy, and actually manages to have a really competitive match with Jeff Hardy. Now, you must think, they've put him out there with Jeff Hardy, they put him out there in a good solid main event match, a competitive match. Did TNA really like Christian York? I mean, I can see why they like Christian York, but they've given him a real big opportunity there, which I feel must come around because someone in TNA really likes Christian York.
Well, with Christian York's history, I think they think, right, even though he's a gut check, he's still done a lot for wrestling companies in the past.
He's a veteran, isn't he?
We can put him back into a higher place in TNA. But to call out Jeff Hardy, make it seem like, I'm ready for this, I can do this, it was kind of maybe a big jump. But obviously, he's trying to get his name out there the best way possible. So to go against our champion, Jeff Hardy, was a big jump, and it definitely paid off during this match.
I mean, he didn't look out of place, did he, Christian York? I mean, it was a big jump for him, but he didn't look out of place in that ring with a guy like Jeff Hardy. I think he would be a perfect addition for the X Division. Hell, put him in a feud with Rob Van Dam right now if you want. You won't put him over, but at least you'll get him on TV. So the match goes down. Jeff Hardy wins, of course. You can't have your whatever champion get beat by a rookie, essentially. But then the aftermath comes when Rude comes out, takes out Christian York and Jeff Hardy and holds up the belt and says, I'm the real world champion! Now, who is that taking a piss on pretty much there, NJ?
My favourite Kane and Daniel Bryan in the WWE.
I am thankful that TNA are not afraid to make fun of another company, and whereas WWE take TNA storylines and make them worse, TNA's taking jabs. Remember Bully Ray saying Twitter? Remember that?
The thing about this is that I'm very thankful for Rude, who's still one of the top heels, even though he's not the champion at the time. And he doesn't really like the gut check guys, hence the attack here as well. And the other thing is, the whole, I'm going to make a little segment here, the whole WWE and TNA making fun of WWE, this whole back and forth, is TNA doing stuff, WWE doing stuff, I just think it may be funny to point out, but I just want it to be their own separate shows.
It's a little bit immature, isn't it? With these two companies are taking jabs at. Hell, in the Monday Night Wars, WCW and WWF used to take jabs at each other all the time. And it was thanks to Tony Schiavone saying that Mick Foley is going to win the belt because the Raw was taped and Nitro was live, that essentially turned the Monday Night Wars in WWF's favour, essentially, when Mick Foley won the belt. And about 600,000 people tuned out of Nitro and tuned in to watch Raw. So these things happen, and they can have negative or positive influences on the business itself. The next gut check we got, so that furthered on the world title match in the hour main event. Taylor Hendricks versus Terra was next. Taylor Hendricks wanted to see if she could measure up to the gold standard. And I think it's fair to say that with Taylor Hendricks, she really needs some work in the ring. But my God, is she fucking hot.
Well, the fact is, when it comes to wrestling companies, they do look out for the best looking females to be a part of their roster. Not in every case, but in most cases. And I think they've got definitely a winner here. But just like we had the Shaw thing, them calling out their top knockout at the time, which is our champion, it's a big jump. So to see if Taylor Hendricks can live up to be in a champion kind of fighting thing. So they're both followed on from each other, and this match, I'd say it's okay, but you knew what was coming, and the whole bringing in Jessie thing, again, ruined this match for me again.
It's amazing how far the Terra character has gone down. She's feuded with Mickie James before. She's going to be feuding with Mickie James now. I'm surprised to see there was no Mickie James here. There was no after-match attack with Mickie James continuing. At least that way you could have used this to continue on a Knockouts feud then, maybe.
Could have done.
There's one thing I'm very thankful for, NJ, in general. I'm thankful for the fact that I can stay very healthy, really.
And I'm thankful for fast food.
Alright, okay, yeah, I eat fast food, but I'm just glad that I can stay healthy and alive, and, you know, even though I'm a bit chubby now, I'm getting chubbier in my older days, I'm still very thankful for my health. Yeah, the Aces and Eights, they were celebrating Thanksgiving, weren't they? Even with, have you ever celebrated Thanksgiving with a mask on before?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing about this is that you don't really expect the villains, the bad guys, to be celebrating such a worldwide, American kind of thing, something to be positive, but the fact they use this to their advantage, and they also use the dart thing to pick their next opponent, which I think is clever, even though it's scripted and someone puts the dart where they want it.
Yeah.
But I thought this was okay, got the 8 and 8s involved and showed you what they're going to be doing next.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much took the Thanksgiving theme and put Aces and Eights in there, so yeah.
Every single week I have to say this. D1, you're not leading the Aces and Eights. I am. So stop acting like you are, or I'm going to take care of you. And for you wordless mortals, I'm thankful for you, so I can torment you every single day.
Oh God. Next up, we had the traditional TNA turkey soup match between Jesse Goddard, Eric Young, and Robbie E.
And during this, before this match, they were making it a big deal. Like, Eric Young pleading Hogan for this, give me this, give me this. Hogan was like, no, no, no. Then he gave it to him. And to be honest, this match was dreadful because it's involving the 3 wrestlers that no one really cares about. TNA see it as comedy, but we had really, really low expectations for this to be anything good for a show that was going okay to begin with.
Everything I hate about TNA was in this segment. Oh my God. But then, after the match, after Jesse Goddard puts on the turkey costume, after the match, the Aces and Eights come out, and I'm so thankful for the Aces and Eights right now, MJ. They took out Eric Young! Yes! 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 Thank you, Terminator MJ! You have been listening to us!
Because the thing about this is that Eric Young is gone! His career is over! If he comes back, screw, he'll get taken out again. So thank you, Terminator MJ, you've done the best thing possible.
Tonight we may have taken out the worthless mortal Eric Young, but we did not do it for you worthless mortals. Eric Young was picked from random, and as much as we hate him, we took care of him. There'll be no more Eric Young, so if anyone else dare steps in our way, the same thing would happen to you.
There is nothing on this earth that can follow up the Aces and Eights writing Eric Young off TV, a character who we've hated for such a long time. Why couldn't they have taken out Jesse Goddard and Robbie E and Robbie T while they were there as well?
I was hoping for like the whole 50-pack of 8 and 8 just to come in the ring and just destroy them all. But
would have been the best segment of the year, wouldn't it?
You look like TNA want to keep some jobbers.
And that would have been a segment I would have been incredibly thankful for. One segment I wasn't thankful for because it's leading to something that, so I'll talk to you about that in a minute. AJ Styles versus Kazarian. AJ Styles gets the victory. Were you really surprised?
Yeah, I bet my life that Kazarian was going to win.
And how come you're alive then? Oh, I get it. It was a joke.
Yeah. AJ, TNA bowed down and kissed his feet when it comes to him going against Daniels Kazarian, so I weren't surprised here.
I just want to reiterate myself here. I said in last week's review, I am not going to watch this match at Final Resolution, and in my continuing quest to try and get the wrestling business to get rid of repeated matches like AJ and Daniels, I am not going to be watching the match, I will not be commenting on the match, and I will not be reviewing the match when it comes to Final Resolution. I'm sorry.
Dan, it's one more time.
Yeah, but they said that at Destination X 2011 and Bound for Glory 2000, and then they ended up feuding for another year.
Maybe one more time again.
Oh, well,
one more time
I don't want to watch it.
One more time again.
I don't want to watch it.
One more time again.
I don't want to watch it. You see, that's how bad it gets if you repeat stuff over and over. It's like when Full Killer in his review beat a dead horse. You can kill it, but then after you beat it, after it's dead, you can't do any more to it apart from, like, eat it for Thanksgiving.
The horse was very square.
Yeah, and very pillow-shaped with feathers coming out of it. So then we get on to the main event segment of the night, which was Austin Aries calling out what he would say would be a family matter. And he basically comes out and says he hates Hulk Hogan. Now, I can understand why, but wasn't Hulk Hogan the man responsible for bringing him up to the main event at Destination X by saying, you can have option C? It's Hulk Hogan, thanks to Hulk Hogan's, what he said about Austin Aries, that's essentially what made him a main eventer. So what the fuck is he complaining about?
Even though it was Hogan that put Aries over in the most positive way he did, the top heel in the company going after the boss, like the Vince McMahon character, gives lots of heel heat, and this, if it's going to be an ongoing thing between Hogan and Aries, I think it could do some good stuff for Aries' heel character.
Possibly, yeah. It just doesn't make sense to me, but there we go. Austin Aries basically comes out and runs his mouth about not Hulk Hogan, but Brooke Hogan. And basically he brings up this whole thing between Brooke Hogan and Bully Ray, and that's the thing we end on. We end on Bully Ray being in the ring with Hogan outside of the ring. So there's this massive love thing going on between Brooke Hogan and Bully Ray.
Spoiler alert, people. What was actually going on in that segment is that Bully Ray was asked for a knockout title shot. So in the future, if you see that match, that's what Bubba Ray was asking for.
Is this really the best way to end this edition of
It is
Impact?
indeed, yes.
The love story between Bully Ray and Brooke Hogan. They just could not...
Too bad.
Oh my god, I don't know what to think. It is not a segment I get pissed off about. It's just a segment where I'm sitting there thinking, okay, you want to put Bully Ray against Austin Aries. It's funny how things come full circle, isn't it? Austin Aries was face when Bully Ray was heel. Now Bully Ray is face and Austin Aries is heel.
I'm hoping the conclusion, yes, that's probably going to be the match because Hogan's not going to wrestle, but I still think the feud between Aries and Hogan could be something big here.
I can see. We'll see where it goes, I guess. Your overall thoughts on this Thanksgiving edition of TNA, and just give me one more thing that you are thankful for, MJ.
Well, when it comes to this, the main purpose was the gut checks, which I think they did a pretty good job. Every segment, or majority of the segments, involved them, shows them their importance, but some of them didn't work out. But this show weren't boring. Yes, it had a whole match that really blew us out of our mind, but then got a hell of a lot better by the end. But overall, pay-per-view hype, maybe not enough, but overall a good show.
There was some pay-per-view hype, and they did use the open fight night concept very well here, and I must admit, even though I thought it was kind of filler in most cases, I did like the showcasing of the gut check. You had one of the worst segments on TV this year turned into one of the best TV segments thanks to the Aces and Eights group. So really, considering I had no expectations going into this show, and it was a Thanksgiving edition, which generally aren't very good with TNA, I thought this was a pretty decent show, personally, and I must admit, I had a lot of fun watching this show, which doesn't really happen very often when watching wrestling nowadays.
And we can all thank the Ace and Eights.
Yes, we're very thankful for the Aces and Eights for taking out Eric Young. Thank you. And we're also, I can't believe I'm going to say this, I'm also thankful for Terminator NJ.
Damn well we are. He's done something really good for us tonight, so thank you, Terminator NJ.
Why is he looking at us like that?
He's very quiet.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. And also, before we end the video, we do want to also say a special thank you as well. Basically, we're very thankful for you guys out there that subscribe to us, that comment our videos, that like our videos, that share our videos, that enjoy our videos. We are incredibly thankful on this Thanksgiving Day, and we give thanks to you guys out there, the subscribers and the YouTubers.
Every year we thank you, but for this special, we thank you very much for subscribing up above, liking our videos, and commenting in the comment section below. So thank you very much, YouTubers.
And thank you very much for watching this Thanksgiving edition of the TNA Impact Review. It's been us, the British Fist.
Gotcha.
And goodbye.